Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to a new brown street vlogging. And we are making a difference. We are changing the narrative, and we are trying to bring our homeland into a wonderful homeland, which everybody will be proud of, where the trees will be green and the sun will be shining, and where the people will be happy to live and dine everywhere, where the hope of many will be protected, where there will be justice instead of injustice, where people will find the next meal, where people will be able to be secure and live in a secure environment. That's what we are here for, and that's what we are promoting, and that's what we are pro homeland channel, and that's why you need to support us. You need to share our videos, you need to like and comment. I'm still Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. We continue our discussion because the discussion has drawn a lot of people, even the government lambda stance and the Utimbus on their defensive mechanism. But we cannot relent in actually saying it how we we see it, and expecting more improvement and expecting the government to perform. And today we are dealing also the third part of our ongoing discussion series. And what are we talking about? We are discussing about what Soludo has been talking about, and he keep on talking. The prof has been saying, like you saw in America, where he addressed a lot of the citizens from Anambra state, how his efforts, what he has already done, and what he's envisioning to do. And the unending vision is always talking about, without actually pushing it or having a serious and urgent policy formulation. And that's why we're creating this. Gov.Soludo is yet to cause a revolution in Anambra state. And we have started the part 1, we did the part 2, and now we are going to do part 3. And revolution is something that people come up and start, and that revolution normally end anomalies in the society. Let me give you an example. Some societies that have issue of power outrage, in some countries, one person will come up and say, look, my bold vision is that from day 1 to the 4th year, I'm going to end power outrage. And this become a revolution. And people will not go back and be saying they don't have power or electricity anymore. But in Nigeria, it's completely different. The politicians come with big grammars, big visions, big egos, and they talk until they leave power. And the problem continues. That's what has been happening in our homeland. And we believe the prof can do better. The prof can cause a revolution if he really wants. And in one sector, it doesn't mean like some of the people that are talking about saying, oh, he cannot do everything. We are not expecting him to do everything, but he can actually put policies that can quickly turn around many sectors at once. Because not just building an infrastructure, but you need also to build an institution. And as a prof, you expect the prof to build an institution which can actually change things. Let me give you an example. We talked always on environment on this channel, and we are giving you a clue what you need to do to completely eradicate the mess in our environment. And let me explain to us. We don't expect the government to plant tree everywhere. But we expect the government to start with model neighborhoods and streets, and also make a policy formulation and say, look, from this day to this day, if we find in your house, in your compound, in the front of your compound, no tree, or we don't find 5 trees on there, you will need to pay the government 50,000 every month. And immediately you say this, and bet you our people will just suddenly waking up from their slumber, everybody will plant tree. That's how a government is run. That's how you cause a revolution. And suddenly there will be massive tree everywhere. And the government can specify the type of trees, and the government can also give a lot of reward for neighborhoods that meet the target of, let's say, 6 months. That within 6 months, we want everywhere to be green. And government can also provide something like 2 million trees available to be given to neighborhoods, and the encouragement to some of them that actually meet the target to do more. That's what we are talking about. So that's what we say about revolution. That's how you cause a revolution. That's how you cause a change. It doesn't mean that you must have a lot of money like Lagos or Delta State or River State or Akwa Ibom. In those states, you can see they have a lot of money, but the governors there lack also vision, because those money are not totally changing things or causing revolution because of lack of visions in those governments, in spite of the quantum money at play or at disposable for them. So, but what we are talking about, when a prof is in power, you expect the prof to do more than an ordinary politician, ordinary trader. Like Peter Obi said, that you expect the prof to do the work of a prof. That he, being a trader, has done the trader's work. Now the prof can do better. That's what he's saying. So now we always talk about in this channel about roads, that all the roads in our cities can be constructed at once. And when we say this, we are not expecting the government of Anambra State to have the quantum money to do all the roads. But what we are saying is a policy or a government leading a sort of a change, or be a change agent, or having a vision, which we have already given to him. We don't need to say, oh, this is our own vision that you must always accord respect to us. No, really. Take the vision and we will praise you for that. We will say, oh, Soludo's vision. We can shout it in this channel in spite of all saying about this vision. We have led this campaign over and over again, that we don't need to have streets that unpaved streets that are not tied, streets that are not tarmac roads and all those things, streets that are without street lights, vegetations and other things, streets with open gutters. We don't need them in the homeland anymore. We can eradicate these things within a year or two by the policy of government. We said the government can make a policy that neighborhoods will have to do their roads within 6 months, the Ocean A, Ocean B, 1 year, Ocean C, within 2 years. And the government can also make loans available that can be borrowed. And the government can also, defaulters of this will be heavily penalized. You can see our people believe so much in Igwebike. What our people are lacking is basically leadership. If the prof can come up with the leadership, with a policy formulation that within the next 2 years, all the roads in Onitsha, major roads in Onitsha, the inner street roads are done. You can see the economy moving to another level. That's what we talk about revolution. If you want to know about these things, you can indicate in the comment section. We will talk about it again. We have said over and over again how this thing can be accomplished. But what you need to do for us is basically to send this video around, share this video so that the operators and the team will allow the government and allow the Commission of Works how this thing can be done. It's not a rocket science. You don't need to go to university to know these things. You don't need to speak big grammars, but you need to do what can cause a revolution. That's what we're here for. That's why this channel is #1 pro-homeland channel. I don't know what's your own opinion, but go to the comment section and let's continue the dialogue. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. See you in the next one, and have a wonderful and a beautiful day. God bless you.